Welcome back to the Fast Break. Friends, it is Tuesday, July 28th, and it has been a while since we've done the podcast. It's been a few weeks now. Obviously, with the off season, things are slowing down a little bit. We had Summer League. Not gonna lie, didn't watch a lot of it. I know the top rookies balled out, but that's not always a correlation to how things are going. But we've got some news after free agency slowed down. We finally have an answer to where LeBron James will be playing basketball for next year, for the next 2 years. And it's been a while. Thank you guys for tuning in and watching or listening or however you're digesting this. It's also been a while since I saw my friend Ben Hunt. Ben, how are you doing? We are both Cougs. We are both solar salesmen. And most importantly, he is my friend. And he's down there in Florida. So, Ben, how are you doing? And we're gonna talk some Blazers since he's a Blazers fan. So, how we doing, buddy?
Yeah, man, I'm doing a lot better now that I'm on the pod. I just got to start off with saying, congratulations for having me on the podcast. It's great to be here. It's about time. It's actually funny,
Yeah,
my
no.
mom and my sister have a basketball podcast too, and I haven't been on that one yet. So, this is the first podcast I've been on. I'm happy to be here, man. I'm excited to talk some ball.
Well, just like what is it, Papa John's? When you're here, you're family, or is that Olive Garden? I can't remember. But
Probably
man, maybe
both.
we'll have to do a duo episode with you, your mom and sister's podcast. That'd be fun. I didn't even know that. But yeah, no, it's good, man. Let's get into it a little bit. So like I said, the biggest news of the last week that everybody's still talking about is LeBron James ended his holdout, had the whole league waiting on where he was going, had Adam Silver waiting, prodding because he couldn't finish the schedule without knowing where LeBron was going, because obviously wherever he goes, they're going to be on prime time a lot more. And he decided on the Philadelphia 76ers. Obviously, when I heard the news, I was once again pissed off. Philly has done absolutely nothing but piss me off all offseason. They took my beloved Jaylen Brown. I guess I can't say they took him because Brad Stevens dealt him
They
off.
picked him up.
But they get Jaylen Brown. What?
I said, yeah, they just picked him up after he got thrown on the side of the road.
Just disrespected by the Celtics and the rest of the league. But this is not about Jaylen Brown, but it kind of is, because guess what? The Sixers don't get LeBron James if they don't get Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown made them more of a realistic contender, and that's why I think LeBron James was willing to go to Philadelphia. The thing that other pisses me off about it is he takes the vet min, so 2 years, $8 million, $4 million a year. Actually, I don't even think it's a full $4 million. There's like 12 players in college that are going to be making more money than LeBron James next year because of NIL. So it's just crazy. First time in his career he's ever taken a pay cut. I'm pretty surprised. I didn't think he was going to go to Philly. I thought he was going to go somewhere a little bit more comfortable for him. Miami, go back to Cleveland, finish off his career where he started it, where he's made a lot of his memories and career achievements. But he goes to Philly. So a completely new, out of the blue chapter for him. I think it's a good basketball fit. Like, it's a roster with a shit ton of talent. You got great young players in Maxey and VJ Edgecombe. You got a proven winner star that doesn't get hurt in Jaylen Brown. And you got a 50-50 shot of having an MVP center or having no center at all. So that's kind of the wild card of the whole situation. But I think it was technically his best basketball, option of who was left. And certainly Philly, there's a lot of pressure on him now. You got the roster. I mean, they need to at least get to a conference finals, if not a finals. But I do like the move for Philly. I think the Philly fans should be hyped. I think it's a pretty decent decision for LeBron, and we're gonna see if it works because there's a lot of personalities in that locker room. Uh,
Yeah,
Benjamin,
that's for
what
sure.
were your kind of thoughts on LeBron taking his talents to the city of brotherly love?
Yeah. I was shocked too. I did not see that one coming at all. I'm not the biggest, you know, Philadelphia fan either. I don't hate them. I can see why you are. You're a Celtics fan, but I just, it doesn't seem like a team that is really like they're not a great team, and they haven't had a guy like LeBron. I mean, they haven't had a superstar other than Embiid, obviously, and I guess Maxi, kind of since. I mean, who was the last superstar in Philly? Was it AI? I can't think of a like an actual superstar. Like, yeah, they've had stars, but I mean, yeah, I was shocked. I
I
think
mean,
the first thing I thought, to be honest, when I saw that move was it reminded me a little bit of how the Mavs made the trade that made absolutely zero sense, and somehow they end up getting the first overall pick and getting Cooper Flag. This is another one of those trades that I think makes absolutely no sense. And now, like the thing that's left, I'm kind of wondering, it's like, what's going to be the Celtics Cooper Flag? Because I mean, they got Paul George for uh for Jalen Brown. I mean, yeah, he's a name. He was amazing in the Pacers, and when he was young in his career, but no one wants Paul George. So that trade makes no sense. I'm just interested to see what kind of happens with the Celtics from here. It's kind of a conspiracy, but I can see it happening. Maybe they get a trade. Maybe they have something else on the table. But yeah, it was weird. It was an odd decision. And I love LeBron. I'm a LeBron guy over Jordan guy. But yeah, it's going to be really weird seeing him in
I
a
mean,
in a Philadelphia uniform. And it's going to be more interesting to see how the fans treat not only LeBron, but just his team in general. Because like you said, there's a lot of names on this team and a lot of guys that kind of demand the basketball. But I think it helps Philly a lot if they got LeBron, since he's such a good passer and he's so good at facilitating and he can kind
mhm.
of see plays before it happens. I think you need that kind of player with Jalen Brown, especially if you have, Maxi playing alongside him in the backcourt.
Yeah, that was one of the things for me is like LeBron, say what you will about, the fall off defensively. I mean, a lot of that is just effort wise because he knows he needs to expend it on the offensive side of the ball. But at the very least, still a very efficient scorer and a great connector with the basketball. He's
Mhm.
going to get the ball where it should be. Um, Not that Maxi doesn't do that, but he's not necessarily a Rajon Rondo type of player. He's, go to the basket,
Great
and
poll, by
more
the
of an
way.
offensive.
Love Rondo.
Thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. I got to relate everything back to a Celtic at some point. I'm such a shameless fan. But he's, and he's going to be able to take off nights with this team. Where I felt as with the Lakers, now Luca helped him with that, but they still needed him. This Philly team, like Brown, VJ, and Maxi are going to play 70 plus games. Like there's going to be nights where they don't need him. He's probably not going to play any back to backs. Um, and so he'll be refreshed and healthy for when they do need him. But yeah, I think his passing ability and Embiid's a great passer as well too for a big man. Like let's not take that away from him either. But they're going to be able to really connect the basketball with LeBron James. And also it's just a sense of like championship pedigree that they just have not had. Like, when's the last time they had an important player that has won a championship on their team? Didn't have with Ben Simmons, Embiid, Tobias Harris, Paul George. Like, none of those guys have rings. Now you have two finals MVPs on your team that should, at the very least, instill confidence in the rest of your team that you can get it done, that you can reach the mountaintop. So not only is it a addition by skill, but it's an addition by mentality. That now that you have a guy that's gotten to the mountaintop 4 times, and been there a slew of times more, to just give yourself confidence that you can actually get there. Um, I I do think it's a good basketball fit. At this point, at the very least, he's going to be a great passer that can score efficiently and is arguably going to be the best or smartest player on the court. Which,
Got Jalen Brown
depending,
there though.
what'd you say? I know,
Got
no,
Jalen
yeah.
Brown there.
Well, that's,
Might be
but
his
he's
only
smart off the
competition in the
court.
league. Yeah,
That's
yeah, 100%.
MIT, Harvard off the court. And I guess
Yeah,
it depends who you ask. If you ask Jason Tatum, I guess having the smartest person in the room isn't a good thing. If you
yeah,
saw
that was
his,
wild.
yeah, that was crazy. I was like, okay, so like there is smoke to the fire, or there's fire to the smoke of these guys. I don't think liked each other at the end.
Yeah, that's what it seems like. I mean, I never would have guessed that too. Just watching them play together, I thought everything was chill. And speaking of that, I mean, it's going to be kind of interesting too with what Jalen Brown said about Bronny when he was sitting courtside with Angel
Yeah,
Reese. That I mean, that'll. I think LeBron might have said something about it. I think
I think
someone
he
asked
did.
him, and
I think
it
he
seems
did.
like it's going to be all right. But I mean, it's just in a locker room full of in a locker room full of guys like that, you don't want to add anything else to that locker room. So you know, that'll
I'm
be another interesting piece to that dynamic.
Yeah, I'm interested to see if there's any bad quotes or anything or any beef that does or tensions from this locker room. Embiid obviously stopped like posting online about like basketball and stuff like that. So he's been a little bit more tame. But Jalen Brown is very outspoken, and LeBron loves the spotlight, and he's very outspoken as well too. So I mean, if this team starts off bad, there is a scenario where like there's too much personalities for them, and they like
Yep.
don't get along, especially especially if they do bring Bronny in. Like, where does Bronny get traded for soon? The funny thing is, like, LeBron or Bronny's contract isn't up, so they have to trade for Bronny. Like, they will have to give something up to go get Bronny, which is
Yeah,
funny because I know they don't
I
want
think
to.
LeBron announced he was leaving pretty shortly after Bronny signed that contract too.
So maybe Bronny isn't going. So who's coming
Yeah.
off the bench?
Yeah, I
Well,
mean, I couldn't see Philly making a move for Bronny just to appease LeBron. It's kind of like how, or Giannis went to Miami and they're like, yeah, we're not getting Thanasis
yeah,
and I don't even know the other guy's name.
Pat
I don't
Riley
think it's gonna happen.
Pat Riley was like, "Hey, we're not doing that bullshit down here. Like, you can leave the
Yeah, keep
Nazis out
Thanasis
there,
off my
all right?"
fucking court. It's a good
And
decision too.
yeah, yeah, and the fact that Bronny makes like I think he makes what 4 mil or whatever it is. I forget what his contract was, but that's not nothing. Like that, like that
Oh
does
yeah.
go towards the cap. Like usually for a 10th, 11th, 12th player on the team, they don't make $4 million. So like that is a hit. So maybe they
Yeah.
won't. Maybe they won't trade for him.
Dundon's definitely not touching that contract. I can tell you that
London's
much.
absolutely not touching that. But speaking of Pat Riley, like I think he might have been a little bit of a factor of LeBron not going to Miami because they've had a rocky relationship since LeBron decided to leave because
Oh
Pat
yeah.
Riley moved and had that quote about like, yo, winning championships is hard. You're not going to get to the mountaintop every year. You don't just give up. You don't just quit. It's obviously a direct quote to LeBron. And then LeBron just left like a week later. He's like, I great, dude. I don't give a fuck. Like Dwayne Wade's knees are breaking down and Chris Bosh was having like, oh, what did he have at the time? He had like a blood clot or something like that.
Yeah, it
But
was
he just
I think that ended his career, right?
Just about.
First,
So like
yeah. Or he
LeBron
might
saw
have
the
come
writing on
back,
the wall
but
there and was like, awesome, dude. Cool. I'm still leaving. Like I'm going back to Cleveland. Um, so yeah, I think the Pat Riley situation kind of ruined it. Cause I mean, that Miami team would have been pretty good if you put LeBron James on it too. Like you still have Wiggins, Bam, um, Giannis. So like defensively, you're gonna be good. You got Hardaway and Davion Mitchell. So like that's a good
yeah.
top 6 to 7, um, of your team right there. And then Cleveland, I think Cleveland, like if I was a Cleveland fan, I'm a little bit pissed. Like he did it again. Like he kind of dangled that he was going to come back, and he did it again. Like it feels like he left for the
Yeah.
third time.
I mean, honestly though, after what he did in 2017, I like if I was a Cleveland fan, I mean LeBron could shoot my dog after what he did in 2017, and I mean I wouldn't be
2016,
mad. Oh, 20. I thought that he won the finals against Golden State in 17.
16.
Six.
No,
Oh
no,
man.
no, no,
I
16.
I remember that game like it was yesterday too. Maybe I should have looked at the calendar. My bad. Should I get
Yeah,
off the podcast? I feel like I'm not
yeah.
worthy to be
Get
here
the
anymore.
fuck out. That was bad. The most famous, the most famous game in NBA history, Game 7, 2016.
I still
No,
remember it vividly. I was at a football camp during that game, and
I'm trying to remember where it was.
we were about to like start an actual game. It was like a scrimmage against another school, and like the whole team was watching it in the lobby, and everyone left to go to the game, and I like kept watching. There was like 4 minutes left in the game or something, like
Yeah,
5 minutes. And our coach was like, "Ben, what are you doing?" I'm like, "Dude, I'm not leaving this game. This is Game 7, LeBron against Steph." And
yeah.
then it ended up blocked by James happened like 30 seconds later. Coaches were pissed, but I'm like, dude, fuck it. Like that was probably the greatest decision I've ever made in my life. Best basketball game I'll probably ever witness. It was amazing.
Yeah, I mean, that's up there. I mean, that was the last Game 7 we had in a finals until Indiana OKC last year, and that Game 7 was way way more trash. They
Yeah. If Halliburton never got hurt, that it would have been generational, probably.
dude,
He was cooking.
I still I'll go to my deathbed saying that Indiana wins that Game 7 if Halliburton doesn't get hurt. Because guess
100%.
what? That game was close, and that Indiana team had no fear. And if that would have stayed close and Halliburton would have been there to instill fear. Also, Halliburton was fucking swapping at the beginning of that game,
He
too.
was like
Like
four for four from three or something like
he was
that.
about to
It's
drop
insane.
50 on him. If that
Yeah.
game would have gotten close, Indiana would have pulled their bullshit again, and I think they would have pulled it out. But that's just the way she goes, bud, sometimes.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. Um, but no, you're right. I mean, Cleveland fans can't get too mad at him because still the only championship they've had in the last 60 years. So, like, you kind of still got to love him, but it is unfortunate he just kind of dangled that out in front of you again. And I really think if Cleveland would have just stuck with Darius Garland instead of going and getting James Harden, I think they might have got, because I think LeBron wanted to go back to Cleveland, but I think he looked at the roster and was like, we got James Harden, who classically does not come through in playoff games. We got this weird Jarrett Mobley situation at the 4-5, and I don't think he was thought they were close enough. And I think Philly was close enough, which is ironic considering they got absolutely swept and manhandled in the second round. But like I said, that's before they got Jaylen Brown. And I think that the Celtics turning Philly into more of a contender with Jaylen Brown allowed them to get LeBron James too. So
Yep.
I think that's ultimately why he did it. Other than that, I mean, the Warriors, I don't think the Warriors were ever like really that close. I think he kind of looked at the situation, was like, yeah, this would be fun, but like it's just him and Steph and Draymond. They just don't have enough pieces, and they're in the West. So it's like
Yeah, I think that's the main thing that kind of held
you're
him back right there.
you're gonna have to play San Antonio or OKC in round two. So like that's an easy 4 games, 5 games in round two. And then also it would have been such a cuck move to go to Golden State. Like,
I
dude,
know
that
it
team
would have
knocked
hurt his
out
legacy, man. It would
that
have.
team beat you in the finals 3 times, and then you're gonna go there and play with that guy?
Yeah,
Like,
even though it's a completely different era, different team, it still would like looking back on it, 10, 20 years down the line, it would have hurt his legacy, especially after everything that, happened with KD and kind of hurt his legacy, even though obviously it's completely different, different
yeah,
teams, different years. It just, you kind of start to jumble things together once you're in the future like that. And I'm sure he thought about that and that might have contributed to his decision as well. But yeah, I think the Sixers are a great fit. But I think it's a good fit, a great fit on paper. But I could see kind of something happening similar with, the Dwight Howard, Steve Nash Lakers team.
mm,
You know,
yeah.
kind of
That
just
was
has
the
that feeling to it a little bit.
Yeah, that was the quote by Bill Simmons. Is he said there's some 2012, 2013 Lakers. That's one of the routes this could go. Is
Yeah.
like a lot of firepower, a couple big stars past their prime. You know, too much personality. And there's going to be a lot of attention on them. I mean, they're going to be on prime time every other game. Like, there's going to be a lot of scrutiny, and it's Philly too. So, like, if this thing doesn't go well for a couple of games, those fans are going to be fucking pissed. Like, this is not Miami where people are like, whatever, we got the beach, hot women, fast
Really don't
cars,
have shit.
blow. No, this is Philly where it's basically just that this is all they care about until the Eagles start playing. So there's gonna be a lot of scrutiny on him. And yeah, you're right next to New York. That's also the other thing too. Did you see he's gonna live in New York and helicopter to Philly?
I saw that. Dude, I don't like
Did we
that, man.
learn did we learn nothing? That scares me so much, dude. I'm like, no, don't get in a fucking helicopter.
For real, dude. Yeah,
What?
like, did we learn nothing? I mean, Oliver Tree, right? I think there was someone else. I'm just
Cobra.
kidding. R.I.P. Kobe. I love Kobe. Great basketball player. Don't mean to joke about that. But I mean, for real, like, that you can't be, and it's not only like, you haven't learned anything from what's happened, but it's also like, dude, if he went to Portland and he was playing in Portland and he ended up living in like LA and helicopter into, I'd be like, dude, just get a house in like Clackamas, go to Lake Oswego. There's some good neighborhoods out there.
Activists.
Is there really nothing in Philly? Like,
I
it's
know,
a lot.
right? Like, I don't know. Philly's a big ass city. Like, it's a top 10 media market. Like, you can't tell me that there's not a super nice neighborhood, but it's the media stuff with him. Like, that's why he chose to go to the Lakers. That's why he kind of chose to go to Philly, is like the, you know, closeness. I can't think of a better word to like these major media markets, like
Proximity.
commercials and movies and all the stuff.
I found the word for you, bro. Proximity.
Proximity. God damn it. That's why we have you
Uh,
on.
exactly. That's what I'm here.
Proximity to New York City. Or yeah. So good call by you. That's what I was trying to figure out right there. I guess I've drink number 2 got me feeling a little frisky.
Yeah, drink number 2 got my vocabulary coming up a little bit. This should be good.
Drink number 2 had me saying words you've never even heard of, buddy.
I've heard every word.
I've heard every word from LeBron James to xylophone.
It's a lot of fucking words, man.
That's so many words. That's almost as many words as LeBron James has points.
That's almost as many words as LeBron James has read in a book.
Yeah.
Just kidding. It's the
No,
opposite.
there's definitely more words in the alphabet than words
Got to
LeBron
be
James
more than one
read.
page, right?
One page at a time. Hey, can't read the whole book if you don't start at the first page. That's what they say.
I say that every day.
That's actually the first thing I say when I wake up in the morning.
I've lost all my friends and most of my family because it's all I've been saying most conversations.
And then I just talk about
It's dark.
LeBron James for the rest of the day.
Yeah. We're getting there, though.
We're one step at a time. One LeBron James tomahawk dunk a day. But yeah, it'll be interesting. And you know what? The season got a lot more interesting with this one because not only was Philly going to be an interesting team regardless because they have Jaylen Brown, but now they added LeBron James on top of it too. So we these Celtics Sixers games are going to go really hard this year. And the media is going to be all over it. There's going to be a lot of scrutiny, and I'm excited. And we temporarily lost, but I think we're good talking about LeBron James. I'm glad he finally made a decision, gave us something to talk about. And, you know,
I don't know
we
what
got you.
happened there.
You're back. He's back. But yeah, okay. Well, Ben, while you settle down somewhere that has some light, preferably.
Yeah, my phone's at 5%, so I had to I didn't even know, dude.
Nice.
I thought I charged
Thanks
it. Got to run to the
thanks for
charger.
being fair.
I know. I know.
No, you're good.
My
You're
first
good.
podcast, dude. I'm nervous. I'll be ready
Yeah.
like right. Let me
First
take my
pod, everybody
sunglasses
remembers
off
your first.
inside though.
What'd you say?
So let me take my sunglasses off inside too. I don't want to be that guy on the pod.
Yeah, you douche. Um,
There we go.
you had
I'm
thought
settled.
Tom Dundon was running your
Let's
house
get the
since you
ball
got no
rolling.
lights on. He's trying to save on the energy bill out there.
How'd you
But
know, dude?
let's talk some Blake. Yeah, let's talk some Zers. This team, their over under is 43 and a half. And what was their record last year? Record last year was 42 and 40. So if they can win 2 more games. Now, I I'm I'm a little bit different. I like the offseason moves. Obviously, you're getting Dame back off of injury, Portland legend. You brought in Ja. I like that. I think you're taking on a flyer and you're buying really low on a guy that has all NBA potential. Your starting
I
five is
agree.
maybe going to be Ja, Dame, Denny, Kamara, and Klingon. It's a nice starting five. There's
Oh,
no
it's
real weak
beautiful.
points on that unless Ja is not playing poorly, or Dame is done. Coming off the bench, you might have Scoot. Hopefully, Scoot is so good that he has to be in the starting lineup, and we'll get to him in a second. You got Drew Holiday, who, honestly, if you're playing a team where you need more defense in the backcourt, I think he might be starting as well, too. I've always thought Josh should come off the bench, but I'm seeing that John might actually start. Rob Williams, my love from Boston, Shaden Sharp, and Hanson Yang. Uh, deep team, deep team. Like, there's a lot of talent on this roster. The only thing they're missing is like necessarily maybe like a 1A guy. But, Denny's a guy that if the Blazers have a good record, he could potentially be in that second All NBA or second team All NBA range. Um, this team
First
has
team.
switchability. Yeah. It's just gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting, and I think it starts with how they manage the Ja Dame Scoot situation. Ideally, Ja and Scoot are the 2 best ones there, and you can have them for the future going forward. But I still think Dame's got enough left in the tank, and so it'll be interesting kind of how they handle this roster. What are your kind of thoughts going into next year, and who's going to be in this starting lineup, and how are they going to fare?
Yeah, I'm excited. I think this is going to be by a wide margin the best team we've had since Dame left. And I mean, I think you said it best. We're a deep team. And even when we had prime Dame, I don't want to say prime. I think he could be prime. He's coming off that injury, but you never know. But dude, I mean, even when we were that good, I mean, we were never stacked. We were never a deep team. I mean, we had Al Farouk Aminu in the starting lineup the season that I'm pretty sure that was the year we made it to the Western Conference Finals. I mean, if you bring Al Farouk Aminu to the WCF, I mean, you're a hell of a basketball player. No, I mean, shout out Al Farouk though, but I really am excited.
Hey,
I
good
think a
year.
lot depends on the big men. I think a ton depends on Klingon. And as far as that bench goes, obviously a lot depends on Yang as well. And I think it's huge that we got Robert Williams back because I hate to say it, but probably a bigger chance than smaller chance that Yang ends up not being the player he was supposed to be next season. He's still got a ton of growth. He has a ton of potential, but a lot of room for improvement. And so it was vital getting him back because he's so good and he stayed relatively healthy last season. I mean, the only time he missed was when it really didn't matter that much. And yeah, I'm stoked to have him back. I mean, if all of this other stuff that I'm sure we're going to talk about later in the podcast wasn't happening, I would be so excited for this season. I just fucking hope it's in Portland, man.
Yeah, yeah, me as well. Because not only, it's just going to be a good team, but it's going to be an exciting team as well too. Um, do you think Ja starts, or do you think they bring him off the bench to start and it's Drew? I think it should be Drew, considering Dame should probably start. And obviously, we know Dame's not awesome at defense. So having Drew next to him will make up for quite a bit. Still one of the best backcourt perimeter defenders in the league. So, and Drew's just a winning player. Like we saw it in the Spurs series. We've seen it his entire career. Guy's a difference maker. So hopefully, um, I think a Drew Dame starting backcourt with Scoot and Ja coming off the bench
Mhm.
could be fun. I think good.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be, like you said, it's got to be either Dame and it's got to be either Dame and Holiday or Ja and Scoot. Because those two or those four guards right there, it's like you got two guys that are some of the best perimeter defenders in the NBA. I mean, you were watching Scoot in the playoffs last season, even in
Mm-hmm.
like you know, kind of the end of the season. I mean, that man was pickpocketing everyone, whether it was
He
in the
was balling.
backcourt or when they got to the 3-point line. Yeah, exactly. And so, I mean, if you're gonna have Ja and Dame out there starting, like you better hope the other three guys are gonna be defending their ass off the entire game. So you got to kind of switch it like that. It'll be so interesting because I mean, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to know that it's a lot of guards on the team. Scoot has
Yeah.
showed that he can play the two and play it relatively well. I mean, he was playing with Drew very well when Drew was bringing the ball up the court. I think he was playing a lot
Yeah.
better. His catch and shoot three is so much better than off the dribble. And yeah, I wish I could tell you. I think I know what the lineup is going to be, but I really don't. It could really go either way. But I do think Holiday should be starting over Ja, especially in the beginning of the season. Obviously,
Yeah.
see who's playing better, see who fits best. But I agree with you. I mean, it's got to be Drew. I think he's been the most underrated player in the NBA for a long time. I mean, everywhere he goes, everything he touches turns to
Oh
gold.
yeah.
I mean, he's won ships with what, two or three different teams, or is it just two?
Yeah. Two different teams, but what's funny is he had that quote. I think it was to the Timberwolves staff, I want to say, is he said, if you would have traded for me, you would have won a championship by now. And I
Yeah,
mean, it's kind of crazy to say to the Timberwolves, but at the same time, it's like, okay, well, the Celtics did it and they won a championship. So like,
yeah.
it's hard to go against a guy that has turned around and elevated two franchises to championship level. And
I'm not
he's
going
played
against
a
him.
big part in both of them. No, Drew's arguably the most underrated player in like NBA history. um,
Yeah,
I just feel I just feel bad for Scoot because obviously I'm a big believer in Scoot. I'm on Scoot straights. Like I got property. We are riding with Scoot. So I kind of feel bad for his development because last year he had the ability to grow and learn and mess up a little bit. And clearly you saw him get better by gaining confidence and being able to mess up a little bit throughout the year. And then it's Dame's back, and then you bring in Ja. It's like, oh, cool. So I'm the third option out of these guys. Um,
yeah.
so that's not great for his development. Now, ideally, he proves himself, and then it's like, okay, he's worthy of that extension. At this point, I don't think he's going to get that extension from the Blazers, and they probably let him explore his options. And somebody will probably overpay him for them what the Blazers can, because the Blazers cap situation is going to get real tight. So I don't know if Scoot just gets buried. They're probably going to let him walk. If he proves himself and is like, no, I'm a starter on this team and he continues to develop, as that kind of off guard hybrid guard where he can play the two and elevate his defense another step up from last year, then I think they'll go ahead and pay him, the money he wants. But he's really gonna have to prove it, and he's gonna have to break through with three proven guards. Say
Mhm.
what you will about Ja, but hey, that man's made an all NBA team. So it's not like
Yeah.
he's just gonna let that get taken from him.
Yeah, it'll be very interesting. I mean, I'm kind of used to interesting scenarios as a Blazer fan, unfortunately, but this is a good one. But yeah, I'm sorry I was unprepared, dude. I was trying to I was thinking I was gonna do this on my iPad, and then
No, you're
apparently I
good.
had to get the fucking Riverwalk app or whatever, so I couldn't do it. Or Riverside. But I'm gonna grab a long
Riverside.
charger very quickly, and then
All right.
I'm gonna settle back down. You're never gonna have me on the pod again, huh? All right, what's that? I'm
No, I
grabbing the
need
charger
you
real
for all my
quick.
Blazers content this year, man. The people need it. The people need it. Hey, most of the listeners to this podcast, I'm going to say 90% are probably in the Pacific Northwest. So, um,
Oh, really?
we need you.
Let's go.
I don't know, man. I'm assuming because all my friends live in the Northwest, just about.
Yeah,
So I'm assuming that a good 20% are probably Blazers fans just by statistics at this point. But
that makes me
um,
feel a lot more
yeah.
comfortable on the pod. I'm glad you said that.
Oh,
Hell
good.
yes.
Well, all we want you to be is comfortable. That's the name of the game on the fast break. Um, but yeah, I also think a big thing for Portland is you need Denny to take another step up.
Mhm.
If you can get a healthy year out of Robert Williams, this team is gonna be pretty good. And if Dame is like 85% of old Dame pre-injury Dame, then this team could be a little bit dangerous. Team could be a little bit dangerous because this is the most defense that Dame will be surrounded with. Because Drew's obviously much better than CJ McCollum defensively, and Tumani Kamara is one of the best defenders in the league. I love Kamara, so and then Klingon back there, so should be a good defensive team. If everybody buys in, and we'll see. Obviously, new coach Mike Nori uh, on a 1 year prove it deal, which is fucking ridiculous that your owner
I know. I was
signed
so
your new
excited
coach
when that happened,
to
man.
a 1 year deal because he couldn't afford. Uh, uh, who
Oh
was your
yeah.
coach last year? Tom.
Um,
Why do I
Tiago,
want to say
Tiago
Thabo
Splitter.
Cephalosha? Yeah, I'll go Splitter. God, I couldn't remember that.
I know
See,
you put me
we
on the
don't really
spot
know
there,
what we're
dude. I was
talking
about
about.
to. I kind of had to think for a second. I'm like, oh shit,
Yeah. No,
I got it
absolute
though.
bullshit that your owner's signing him to a 1 year prove it deal. Um, I think it's probably the heat down in my basement, where my office is that's slowly getting to me throughout the podcast. If you are
Oh man.
watching on YouTube, you can kind of see the perspiration growing on me here.
Yeah, I can
But
see it. Oh my god.
yeah, oh my God, I'm dripping. Came through dripping. Uh, yeah, let's talk about your fuck ass coach, Tom Dundon, uh, who also owns the Carolina Hurricanes, who won the championship. No thanks to his bitch ass. Uh, he's cutting costs
Bad.
everywhere he can. Bad relationship with the city. Seems like things are escalating by the day to Portland potentially moving. Um, as a former Sonics fan that watched that team move and was heartbroken, I would hate to see this happen to another city, especially another Pacific Northwest city that I spent a lot of time in. Um, it's really sad what he's doing. He's cutting costs by any measure. He's not going to help with buy or build a stadium, or lease it out. I'm not exactly sure, but it's sad, and it feels like we're slowly moving towards him moving the team out of Portland. Even though I know they said they only want to expand, they don't want to relocate, but it's too bad for a franchise with fantastic fans, great history. They have a championship. They've been good every decade of the NBA. Like they had a run in the 2010s, 2000s, um, 90s, obviously with Clyde, and
77.
and then championship in 77. I'm not sure about the 80s, but they've
Remember it like
such
it
a
was
great
yesterday.
franchise. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I mean, what are your kind of thoughts on the situation and now it's progressing?
Yeah, I think you can kind of guess my thoughts on it. Um,
Yeah.
it's brutal, to be frank with you. I mean, I had a lot of roommates that were Sonics fans, and they'd always shit on the Blazers, and it was always so easy to say, well, you don't have a team. So I got everyone texting me now, talking about, how the Blazers are gonna leave. So it's kind of biting me. But to be honest with you, Drew, if they end up leaving Portland, I'm probably gonna fall into like some type of depressive episode for a few months. I don't think I'm gonna perform well enough at my job, and I'll probably end up getting fired. Um, it's gonna be really ugly. It's gonna be bad. And I think up until today, I always kind of had hope that, they'd work something out. It's like this couldn't happen. But it's really not looking good after, I think the city Dundon declined that city council meeting with Portland. And it's just I think it was the city manager or something, Phillips, I forget his name, but it's not the best look right now. Yeah, it's not great at all. I mean, and you're a Sonics fan. I guess I want to ask you. I guess I'm going to be the podcast host for a sec, if you let me.
Do it.
How similar does this feel? And should I start sending the sirens, or I guess what are your thoughts on this?
Well, first and foremost, I was 11 when they moved, so tough to remember exactly how it all went down. Um, but this is kind of the game plan for a team to move is like, oh, new owner, cutting costs, bad relationship with the city, not from the area. So those three things are going against you pretty badly. Now, the only thing that helps is I know that they said they really only want to expand, like I said, so they might not want to relocate Portland. I think some of the owners might revolt on this and be like, no, don't move. Also, if you're going to put a team in Seattle soon, it helps to have a team in Portland and Seattle. I think some guys will understand the logistical benefits of that. Um, and he did this with Carolina as well too when he bought the hockey team. And so it's kind of just his strategy, his MO is cutting cost and making it as profitable as possible. Um, One of the big things was I know that Paul Allen,
Yeah.
RIP, also a Coug, also the Seahawks owner. First of all, everything went to shit when Paul Allen
Jody did
died.
everything
First of all,
he
he'd be
asked her
like
not to
the
do.
biggest
It's
NIL
insane.
donor to Washington State. Um, and probably we'd, yeah, yeah. Thanks, Jody. Uh, yeah, the Seahawks have a guy that is now going to bring in like
I
private
love
equity
private
guys to
equity.
help run the team. Sick. I fucking hate private equity. We need to start. As we need to start KILLING private equity and billionaires. Just kidding. That was a joke. This is a comedy podcast. But not ideal to have private equity. But what I was gonna say is he did the same thing with the hockey team of like cutting any cost
Yeah.
possible, and they just won a championship. Last summer. So, or sorry,
Yeah, it was
like
like,
three
yeah, I think it
months
was like a
ago,
couple months ago.
and so no, it's
Hey,
only the
this
end of
isn't a
July, like a
hockey
month and a
podcast. We
half.
don't need to
So
know this stuff. We're good.
yeah, last summer, 3 months, about a month and a half ago. Yeah. Yeah, come on. Not hockey guys at all. Go Kraken, I guess. But he doesn't seem like he wants to move the team out of Carolina, so the cost cutting thing isn't necessarily indicative of him wanting to move the team. The problem is that the city, which needs to just bend over and give this guy whatever he wants, frankly. That's how it's going to get saved. It doesn't seem like he's going to, help or be courteous with anything because he's a dick and he sucks. And he's just a rich asshole. So unfortunately, it's going to go back on the city and they are going to have to pay for the new arena, not talk shit about him, allow him to cut costs, and just do
That's the worst
whatever
part.
he wants
That's the worst
to
part,
keep the
isn't it?
city there or to keep the team there because he has two. You're just going to have to take it. You're just going to have to take it, which sucks because rich people just get their way. But there's going to be no fighting back on it because he has the leverage of, okay, cool. I'm moving this team to Vegas. There's nothing you can fucking do about it. Or I'll go to St. Louis or put a second team in Carolina or just do whatever he wants. You know, Kansas City, they've had a team before. Like he has
But that's the problem
options.
too. They
He
can't
has
afford to
leverage. The city does not.
shovel out that
The
money
city
either. I
cannot
mean, that's what
afford to
makes it so
lose the
bad that
Trailblazers.
Dundon is like holding a team hostage like this. It'd be different if it was the Lakers. It'd be different if it was the Knicks. Portland has limited money to spend, and they have a lot of things they got to spend it on. And this is just not what. This is one of those things where you get a $1 billion owner that buys a team. It's like, dude, you want a new arena? I mean, he's not even just asking for, a little bit of Portland's help. He doesn't want to pay a dime for this new arena. And the worst part about it is, I could see Portland being like, all right, look, you want us to pay for the whole thing. This outline, this proposal that you've shown us is so good. And we think that it's going to be so beneficial to the city that we're still going to do this. But he doesn't even have an outline. He doesn't even have anything to bring to the meeting room and put on a whiteboard and say, this is what we're going to do. He doesn't even know what they're going to do. He just wants the money and he's going to say, I'm going to figure it out after that. That's not how this kind of stuff works. And it's like, you can't be doing that to a city like Portland. I mean, all we have left is the Blazers. I mean, we lost Dame and it kind of felt like, we lost our last piece of food in the fridge, and we finally got him back. And now it's like, damn, we might lose our entire fridge now. Like it's not great, dude. It's dark times to be a Blazer fan. I still think they're going to pull through. I do, but yeah, man, the whole situation's a mess. And it's tough because, I'm a Cougs fan, a Blazer fan, and a Commanders fan. For the football team, I lost our team's name. For college, we lost our conference, and now I'm about to lose the whole fucking team in Portland. So I'm starting to think I'm cursed or something. I don't know what's going on, Drew.
Yeah, it's tough times for
Yeah.
Northwest, or I guess Coug fans that are also fans of
It's the one
Northwest
team,
for
one team I'm not a fan
protein.
of too, and they
I
win the
mean, the
Super
Hawks
Bowl.
won, so that's nice. But
Come on.
Commanders, you got Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, somehow.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. And then the Mariners suck, so
Yeah.
we're back to being ass again because Cal Raleigh is probably done taking steroids or whatever
Yeah,
he
he's been
was
pretty
doing
good.
last year. They hit 60 home
Team's
runs.
great, man. Like,
Julio Rodriguez,
God,
well,
like
he's been
Cole Young
fine,
is
but
great. I
yeah.
just,
Anyway,
they all can't be
yeah,
great
he's
during the
been
same
solid. He's been
games.
solid.
That's the problem. I think they'll figure it out. They're still like 500. They should be good.
Yeah, and
Shit,
also
edit that out of the pod.
well, now like 3 or 4 games under 500, but yeah, yeah. Cut that, please, cut that. Um, yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's not great, man. Paul Allen was not good for my fandom. So I miss him. I miss him dearly. But it's just so annoying. And like, they didn't vet this guy enough. He's not a good owner. This doesn't help out the league. Like, okay, cool. He moves them to a different city and then continues to do this bullshit of understaffing and cutting costs and, you know, like
Not
you
me.
really want that guy being the owner of a franchise that's moving to a new city? Like, that's a bad guy to have in charge at the helm. Like, Adam Silver's kind of a bitch. I do hate him, and he's
Yeah.
made a
And
lot
he's a
of bad
creepy man too.
decisions.
Silver, he's a
And
creepy
one
man.
is allowing this guy to buy a team, frankly. Condon sucks. Also, in that one of the opening press conferences or interviews, he was wearing a Hartford Whalers hat, which was a team in Hartford that got moved. Not great
What does
signaling
he
from
hate,
him either.
Wales?
So that's another case in the getting
Yeah,
moved
the fuck are you doing?
bucket. Oh. Yeah, what do you hate Wales?
Dude watched a
What do you
season of Whale
who's
Wars
the
and he's like, I know exactly what
the
hat I'm
country
gonna
of
wear.
Wales?
Good
Who
show
was
though.
the soccer player that
Good
they
show.
had? And then he read up
Gotta
on Lewis and
unblaze this
Clark and was like,
trail.
"This is bullshit. These guys shouldn't even have gone on that trail." So yeah, guy lost at Oregon Trail growing up too many times as a kid, and was like, "It will be my
I
life's
believe it.
goal to get back at the Oregon Trail," and this is his way of doing it. Fuck, God. Yeah, which sucks because this should be a really exciting time for the Blazers. Like, Dame's back, young talent.
No, yeah,
Denny
they
Avdia was kind of
traded.
one of the steal trades of the last. Did they trade for him or did they
I
just
think
sign
we
him? I can't
traded
remember. But one of the last,
Malcolm
yeah, one
Brogdon.
of the
Cool.
better
Yeah.
steal
And
trades of
I'm
the
not gonna
last
lie, man, I'm gonna keep
5
it honest
years.
on this pod. I was a little bit upset at that trade
Brogdon,
because Brogdon
right?
was hooping the year they sent him. That's how we were able to get him. And I'm like, who the fuck is
Wait,
Denny Avdia?
I liked Denny in Washington, but I had no idea he was going to be this good. I mean, last year during the playoff series, there was a point in that San Antonio game. I think it was the game they won or whatever. He he was pretty much unstoppable, and he gets to the rim. He puts pressure on the defense. He draws fouls. I'm not sure him and Ja can start together because they're both guys that like to go to the rim and pressure. So it's going to be a lot of, if they do play at the same time, it's going to be a lot of your ball, my ball, your ball, my ball, which I'm
Yeah.
not sure is going to
But like you
work
said, if
great.
Dame is
And
85% of
Dame's
the
a little
player
bit
he
the same
was,
way as well too.
I mean,
His
you put
usage
two
rate is
guys that
high.
are going to the rim all the time, like you leave Dame, wide open on the perimeter all game, that could, and then you got Donovan clinging there to get the glass. It's a good
Open.
team.
If all Dame can do is shoot,
Mm-hmm.
that's okay, because one of the things Portland was desperately missing was outside shooting last year.
Yeah, I
Dame,
completely forgot I had
that's
a
his
light
bread
on
and
here on
butter.
my
So
porch.
I hope it works out. Thank you for turning that light on. My God, we couldn't even see you.
I swear, the next podcast episode, I'm going to be like way
Fuck,
more
man.
prepared.
So let there be light. Hello, everybody. Good morning, world. Um, that's all right. Um, yeah, we'll have you on. Hopefully next time we have you on, the Blazers have been saved and Tom
Got him.
Tom Dumden, more like it, has agreed. That was bad. Cut that. Has agreed to keep the Blazers in Portland and everything is saved. I just think if you want a championship in a city, they shouldn't be able
Oh
to
yeah,
move you
and it's only
ever. I
been
feel
like
like that
50
should be
years
like
too, so it's like it's
you're
pretty
safe
fresh.
from ever being moved card.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. Like my parents still remember that
I'm sure they do.
championship, although they don't, because I don't think they cared about basketball, but whatever. Um, what was it? Is there anything else you want to talk about, brother? We're
I'm trying to think if
getting
there's
close to an
what's
hour
happened
here.
in the NBA that's been
Do.
noteworthy.
Let
I
me
mean,
look
it's
through my
been kind of
notes.
quiet other than that's why this Blazers stuff's been in the news so much because there's other than LeBron and it's not a lot going on. It's been a little quiet. Quiet out of the year.
It's a quiet time of year. Do you think Blazers
I think it's
over under
you know
43 and a
obviously
half?
I want to say they're gonna blow past it. I think they're gonna start slow because they're not gonna know what their profile is. They're not gonna know what their identity is. But I think they're gonna probably get 45, maybe 50,
Yeah.
and I think they're gonna end up
Mm-hmm.
being a. I think they're gonna be good. The thing is the West is just so good. You know, they're so good. Yeah, I mean, I guess
But the East is better. I mean, like, you know, you guys are on the rise. Like, Thunder, Spurs, Nuggets are
no,
going
but
to
I
be
don't think
good.
the Lakers are what
The
made the
Lakers
West good.
are
The
the
NBA
Lakers
tries
going to
to
be
push that
any better
narrative.
than they were last year? I mean, you lose Bron.
Yeah, I mean, you can't forget the Timberwolves.
No,
Timberwolves are
but
going to be great.
I'm just saying. I'm going team by team here. Like, I don't think the Lakers are going to be any better. Timberwolves are going. Yeah, but is there not a
Oh
scenario
yeah,
where
there's a
because
huge
they lost
scenario
Nas
there.
Reed
I
and they have
honestly I forgot
LaMelo
about Nas
Ball, is there
Reed.
not a
So
scenario where like that does not work? Yeah,
yeah, they haven't done anything. I don't think they got anyone.
Suns
Did they get rid of
Suns
Beal,
shouldn't really
or is
be
he
any
still on
better.
there? Did they shed
I
him
mean, what
yet?
have they done?
Man, that's a weird story
They
right there, man. I used to think he was so good.
no, I think he's still there. Um, the Suns were
I
good
love
because
Book
they
too.
played hard and nobody got injured last year. So there's a chance they take a big step back. Um, Warriors are going to be worse. They're
Oh yeah, they're
older
gonna be
and they
bad.
didn't bring in anybody. The Clippers are going to be
Garland,
way worse. The Clippers are going to be way worse. I mean, um, Pelicans will be slightly better, I guess. I don't know. And then Mavs and Grizzlies will be better. I don't know if they're going to be as good as you guys, but I mean, obviously Cooper Flag and
dude,
Kyrie
you're
is a
right. The
nice
East is better.
1-2 punch.
The East is better, dude.
Grizzlies should be better. They're not going to try and tank as hard. They got Boozer, who I think is going to be potentially rookie of the year with our boy Cedric Coward and Jalen Wells from Wazoo. Um, so the Grizzlies should be better.
Yeah, Keontae is good.
Kings are going to be ass, but the Jazz are going to be way better next year. So it's going to be interesting. Mike Honori's got his work cut out for him. I wish they would have just paid Tiago Splitter because he at least has a relationship and is
I
in the
love the
building,
hire personally.
and
I
that
mean, dude, the
continuity
thing
would have
about
played
Tiago,
them well or done
he
them
took
well. But we'll
yeah,
see.
and the thing about
Uh,
Tiago, I mean, I thought he did a good job. I mean, he took a
Mike
sinking
Honori's a
ship
good
and
coach.
he kept it from sinking for a while. I mean, after that Chauncey shit, I mean, dude, like he did a good job. But the inbounds plays that he would draw up, I don't even have a kid, but my
Yeah.
1-year-old son could draw up a better inbounds play than some of the shit I was seeing him draw on that whiteboard. It was insane, dude. And also like the rotations were not good. Like somebody would get
Yeah.
hot, you know, and like especially Scoot and Shaden Sharp, biggest example of it. He was struggling to find rhythm all season. He'd finally get hot. He'd hit a few shots, get a few stops, pulls him out, probably doesn't put him back in the game for another quarter. It's like, dude, you can't be doing that. You know, we need all the momentum we could get.
Yeah.
But good coach though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That happened in the playoff game when Scoot had a great first half. He got pulled and barely played in the second half. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? This is the highest
Yeah.
draft pick and guy with most potential that you have on the roster. Please play him. Like, what are you doing? So that was
Okay.
weird. You know who
Cinematography.
we forgot to mention to wrap this up back to the beginning of the podcast, and Anthony Simons uh is also
Dude, I forgot about
Blazer
that.
legend is also on Philly, giving them depth too. And that one pissed me off. Well,
Oh,
he
part of
was a
that Paul
Celtics guy
George
last year,
trade?
and then we dumped him for the
Was he
corpse
part of the Paul George trade?
of
Okay,
Vucevic.
different corpse.
What?
Different corpse.
No, he was part of the Vooch trade.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then he went to Chicago, and then then Philly
man.
signed him. So unreal offseason
Not at
by
all.
fucking
Rocky was
Philadelphia
cool.
pieces of shit. I hate
Yeah.
him. Liberty Bell isn't even that cool. Rocky is a great movie,
9/11
but
wasn't cool,
like
right? That happened in
the
Philly, I'm
third
pretty
one
sure.
sucked. But anyway, that'll do it for today.
Fuck yeah, like the
There's some
fucking
Paul Revere. No, that's Boston.
a lot of shit happened there probably.
I
Like
don't
I
know.
said,
Some shit
9/11.
happened
I
in Philly
mean,
a long time ago.
I don't even know. You want to just fucking wrap this shit up, dude? I'll be on your podcast next week.
Oh shit. Yeah, we're losing it, but thank you guys for tuning
Twitter.
in.
Ben
Go follow Ben
Hunt
on
12.
Instagram.
Make sure to like and subscribe.
No, you don't have Instagram.
If you like me on this podcast, follow me, DM me. I'll do a cameo. I
On
do
what?
cameos. I do a lot of
Yep.
cameos. I charge a lot, but I'll send you one if you
listen
ask
to
for
his
it.
mom and yeah. Yeah. $5. Go listen to his mom and sister's podcast. That'll do it for us today. Like, subscribe, follow, give us a comment, whatever you guys got to do. Thank you guys for tuning back in. It's good to be back. We won't go 3 weeks again. Maybe we will. I don't know. Start talking basketball.
Thank you for having me, man. It was a
Football or
pleasure.
something like that. But all right, Ben, thanks for hopping on. We'll see you later, brother. As always.